Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to all your latest map changes which have been going on in the last 2 days inside of Fortnite. We first saw the first map change begin when the Awakening event started for the first cube outside of kind of the center region, just outside of Sweaty Sands, and this was the first cube where the Awakening begun. And once that happened, things started to get a little bit more crazy. The yellow cube sat there for roughly around 22 hours. After this 22 hours was up, the cube then decided to completely disconnect from the normal purple Kevin the cube, which we've seen the Queen cube decided to disconnect. The yellow cube, the golden cube, whatever you want to call it, we're going to refer it to as the Queen cube. It disconnects from the original Kevin, the lightning stops, and then it falls down to the ground, just like you can see happening here. This was the first start to this, but there was lots more that came straight after this point. So once this had happened, we then received Kevin himself being fully powered up, one of the 5 Kevins, and he was ready to go. Now, while all this was taking place, Dr. Sloan had vanished from her location over here, and she had now relocated closer and closer towards the center of the map. I wonder what Sloan's getting up to. Who exactly knows, and I can't wait to see. But you can see she's slowly moving along the path with her truck, which is closer to the petrol station now. She's got her IO guards there in her car as well. And this truck is actually carrying something very crucial. Now, for some reason in this replay footage here, the truck isn't showing up, but that's okay. If we jump into this replay I've got for you guys here, you can actually see what the doctor is actually taking. So let's jump over to that replay right now so you can see. And here it is. This is the truck with the assets on, and it looks like there's a variety of different stuff on here, a few different boxes and ammo boxes, and a bunch of just parts from the alien ship. I wonder what she's actually doing with them. Who exactly knows? We'll have to keep an eye on where the doctor is moving next. Back onto the topic of Kevin. So after the Queen cube did crash down to the ground, it was time for the Kevin to do something very special, the birth moment of other cubes. So Kevin decided to spawn in smaller versions of the original Kevin, and you can see there's like kind of like a weird substance or dark element he uses from his lightning substance to draw out the shape of a cube on the ground, and it kind of bubbles slowly, and the more and more he strikes, the closer it gets from being summoned. And you just watch this slowly. It's crazy to think that this cube is just beaming outlining into the floor, into this kind of square as the game's taking place. Like, there are games in BR taking place right now when, or back then when this was happening, because obviously this is a replay, but this is going to be happening at all of the different cubes around the map. The Awakening process has only just begun. The first cube has now summoned its smaller variants, the baby versions of the Kevin. I don't know how this works or anything, but it's crazy to think that this cube is just like, you know what, now I've taken power from the Queen, I'm gonna use that power to summon smaller versions of myself to make myself even stronger. And there's something really interesting I want to point out here. The way it's actually drawing the outline, it seems to just be a square. At first I thought it might have been like a certain shape, but then when you look at it, it kind of gives me the vibes that possibly the Kevin himself could be drawing like a rune on the ground, but I feel like it wasn't. And after a little bit of time, eventually this crazy substance decided to cast the cube, and there it goes. The cube just spawns in out of thin air with some sort of magical spell, and because replays are a little bit glitchy, it does kind of just re-disappear. But that's okay, because we've got some footage of the next one which I've got for you guys, which is actually this here, and you can see here is the overview of all of the cubes spawning in. Now in here, funny enough, guess how many there are? Yeah, 7. There seems to be 7 of everything. There's 7 big cubes and now 7 baby ones as well, including the big one. You can count 4 there, then move around there on the left, you've got the 5th one, the 6th one here being the bigger one, and another small one around here, 7. 7 is a very common number in Fortnite. We've been talking about this a lot on the channel recently, and it seems to be everywhere. There's now 7 cubes on the map which have been summoned by the Queen just in this section here, and then more and more cubes will start to have that 7 number attached to them in the second Awakening, which should be happening in the next few hours. I don't know if I'm going to stream all of the Awakenings. I think I'll mainly just stream the last one, but it's mainly just the same, unless something is different in each Awakening, which we'll be sure to stream it if that is the case, and keep you guys updated on everything going on with Kevin himself, and just generally the entire Kevin community, and the cube community currently on the map. It's huge, it's a mega, and it's really exciting. I'm really enjoying this season so far, mainly storyline related and map change related. It's been really awesome. Gameplay wise, I do like it, it's just not as good as other previous seasons. Gameplay does play pretty well. I like, personally, like meme items like mechs, UFOs and stuff like that. That's my personal taste for that. but again, it all is down to personal opinion on like the gameplay and stuff. But storyline wise, map change wise, Kevin wise, cube wise, this season's very square and I'm loving it. So we definitely are having a really good time with all of these little cubes slowly starting to kind of appear in this section. And I love these. They're just smaller versions of the big one, and you can jump on them. They do bounce around, and I wonder if these will start striking lightning at you. And obviously these are going to start slowly moving in the next few days or so. There was also this really cool replay I capped here for you guys where you can see Kevin actually for some reason was spawning in 2 at once at some point. Again, for some reason when they do spawn in, they don't actually fully show, but I had this clip captured here of Kevin just spawning 2 of these cubes in, drawing the lines out 2 at once. The lightning is so cool. It's amazing to see, and honestly it's so exciting, and I can't wait to see how many Kevins there's actually going to be. Well, technically, if there's 5 cubes on the map, like purple ones, that's 5 times 7, so that's 35. So in total, there's going to be like 35 purple cubes at the end, and then 1 yellow, 1 blue, so 37 cubes on the map. So yeah, kind of good, kind of cool, and I can't wait for the final little bit when they all go to the end. But yeah, check this out here. It's just awesome just seeing that purple lightning straight down entirely. You just don't usually see this usually in the Fortnite community. Anyway, we'll come back to this clip in a second when they do spawn in. I want to move over and talk about one of the brand new collabs taking place right now, the Balenciaga collab inside of Fortnite. So for those fashion fans out there, and no, we're not talking about my fashion show, even though these will be amazing for the drip theme in fashion show, you can see this is awesome. We've actually got some real drip dropping inside of Fortnite Battle Royale right tonight, actually, in the less than like 3 hours or so. And these are going to be here for you guys. You're going to be able to pick these up, grab them, and be able to equip them. And it's so awesome. That doggo one is amazing. I think I'm going to try and pick them all up because I love all of these skins, and I'm definitely going to be rocking that doggo one for a while. It's super awesome, and generally the Balenciaga collaboration is amazing, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this. You know, you guys know I'm a big fan of fashion stuff, hence why I built the fashion show. So this one for me is really huge, and I can't wait to check it out in game and get my hands on the skins. It's going to be really awesome, and yeah, really cool stuff happening there. Anyway, back to the cube clip where we just discussed some more about the cube map changes and up and coming things. So my opinion is that this is going to happen for about until the 19th of October now. There was a leak coming from Shinner where the 19th of October was a key date in it, and I wonder if this is going to take until then, which is almost a month, so that's a long time. But I suspect we'll see Sloan start to the Doctor herself, move around the map. Dr. Sloan moving around, trying to get an idea what's going on with these Kevins, but she's just too slow for it. The Kevins are way ahead of Doctor. She is so slow. She's only moved from one spot in Dirty, down the road slightly. She has got no chance. The Doctor is getting absolutely wrecked at the minute, and I wonder how long it's going to take the Doctor to kind of explore the entire map and get to different locations, because she really is taking a very long time. So you need to pick up the pace, Dr. Sloan, otherwise Kevin is going to beat you to it. There's going to be something mega happening this Halloween, and I can't wait for that. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And here you can see it spawning in now on that right side. This is what happens. Again, a little animation. I love the animation when they spawn in, that dark matter with the way the cube drips up with the kind of like the rune symbols and stuff. It's so awesome with the glyphs. It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, that's really going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to go and leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new around here. And don't forget to go and use code POST in the item shop when picking up the brand new Balenciaga stuff. That's POST. Pop it in your item. You can spell it in uppercase or lowercase. It doesn't really matter. It's just POST. Pop it in your shop and pick up the brand new Balenciaga stuff tonight.